Welcome back to Tank Time, where I teach you how to lower your score without having to work on your golf swing. On today's agenda, I'm going to take you on your next step in the journey to becoming a master putter. So what are the two most important things when it comes to putting? Be aggressive and never leave it short. Wrong! It's starting the ball on line and distance control. Today, I'm going to teach you how to get your ball started on line every single time. If you aren't lining your ball up, then what are you doing? Being able to draw a line on the ball is like being given a cheat sheet for a test. Why wouldn't you fill it out? People that say, oh, I don't like to putt with a line on the ball because it restricts me too much. Well, they're probably manipulating the club face and not starting the ball on line. And they're also probably very inconsistent putters. Putting a line on your ball and lining the ball up can only help you. If you have a cheat sheet, you might as well use it. We can't control the pitch mark in your line, or the spike mark in your line, or the ant crawling in your line, or the one blade of grass that wasn't cut down that morning that's in your line, or maybe a bird poops in your line, or maybe a mole rat dug a hole under the ground, or maybe a bee flits its wings and the wind from the wing of the bee moves the ball offline, or maybe there's grain, or maybe there's a patch of a weed, or maybe there's a beetle, or maybe there's a dead ant carcass in your line, or maybe your opponents are talking in your line, or maybe there's a bug buzzing in your ear, or maybe there's a mosquito that bites your hand right when you're about to take a putting stroke, or maybe there's a small earthquake, or maybe there's a pebble embedded in the green, or maybe there's a little mound of sand that wasn't swept away that morning, or maybe there was some dew, or maybe the grass was cut the wrong way, or maybe a bird swoops by your face and scares you right before you putt, or maybe gravity pulls your ball away, or maybe the sun glares off your putter shaft and you don't see the ball anymore, or maybe there's a huge shadow of a cloud that passes before you're about to putt, or maybe there's a tornado in the distance that displaces the weather. There are all these things we can't control, but we can put a line on our golf ball. So these are the tools you need to put a line in your ball. And I use a neon orange Sharpie because I'm cool. I like to draw my line on the line because I don't like a lot of extra stuff on my ball. And there you go, there's a line. If you haven't seen my video on putting basics and fundamentals, go check it out. Let's get you good at golf. The best tool to ever not be made for golf is the chalk line. This can be found at any of your home improvement stores. So this is how I want you to set up the drill. We're gonna find a flat putt, but we're not putting to a hole. Let's get your chalk line set up. Pull it out about 3 to 4 feet. And get that line on the ground. Perfect. So once you have your line set up, we're gonna have your club head on the ground. You're gonna put a tee right there and right there. And then we're gonna get a ball set up right here, about a foot in front.
If you are just beginning this drill, give yourself a little room for error by making the gate wider. Once you have better control over your stroke, you can set the gates closer to the ball. That way, you know you're starting the ball on line every time.
So you're gonna set your line up on the chalk line. You're gonna square up the line on the back of your putter to the back of the ball and your chalk line. You're gonna take a stroke. If you're doing this correctly, you shouldn't hit a single tee. Doing this drill works on a lot of different things. It lets you see that straight line in your mind's eye. It lets you know that you're setting up the club face on the ground square. It also lets you know you're squaring the putter face to the ball. And it shows you you're taking a square stroke back and through. To make sure that you're feeling your hand release, we want to work on this drill with just the right hand. It's going to be a little more difficult. Don't be discouraged if you do hit the tee a couple times, especially at the beginning. So who has been seen using this putting drill in some variation throughout their career? Your mom. Wrong! Only the GOAT himself, Tiger Woods. So if it's good enough for Tiger Woods, I think it's good enough for you. Why is it so important to be able to start your ball online? Because it's a variable you can control. That's correct. There's so many variables in putting that we need to be confident that we're starting our ball online every single time. Another step in becoming a master putter is lying to yourself. just a little bit. Great putters never blame themselves for missing putts. It's always, oh, there was a pitch mark in my line, or oh, it just didn't break as much as I thought. They never take the blame because they believe very confidently that they made a great stroke and that they started their ball online. Knowing that your ball started online means that you can be confident that you did everything in your power to make a good putt, and that the only reason it didn't go in was from extenuating circumstances. And having that kind of blind confidence is really what's going to catapult you into becoming a master putter. Stay tuned for my next episode where I show you how to get rid of those pesky 3 putts.